How the black travel movement is gaining momentum. Fed up of constant job rejections, 29-year-old Craig Kingston decided he needed to do something drastic. So the South Florida native quit the 9-to-5 role he hated, booked a one-way ticket to Vietnam and sold all his stuff. But he wasn't quite prepared for the attention he'd receive once he made the move to the Southeast Asian country. 1. There.
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.